Hello, I'm Mario, and today's video is, well, a tree branch fell on my awning here and actually damaged the awning. So I guess I have some things to take care of. I was actually sitting inside. It's early in the morning. It started raining a little bit. Yeah, drinking my coffee, and yeah, I heard a noise, and it wasn't really loud, and I wasn't quite sure what it was. I mean, it was obvious that something impacted the trailer, but it hit the awning, so it didn't hit the, it would have been louder if it would have hit the actual trailer. So, but at any rate, yeah, it did some damage. So I guess, I don't know, it's probably going to be an insurance claim. I guess the first thing I need to do is start figuring out exactly where I can get this thing repaired. So it's going to be quite the adventure. But yeah, I did it bent the rail, and it pulled the it pulled away from the body. So where the awning rail is fastened to the body of the trailer, those fasteners got pulled out. So that's kind of disheartening. You know, I don't really want water intrusion back there, and so I'm a little concerned about how it may be repaired. And you know, and if it's an insurance claim, I may not have a lot of say on how it's repaired. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. But at any rate, yeah, this is just kind of an informative video of like, hey, this unfortunate thing has happened. And yeah, I guess I got to get working on it. I went and visited a local repair shop that works on awnings and RVs and that sort of stuff. So he mentioned that there should be a label on this side here that explains what the model number is. I went looking for the actual manual that the RV supplier, when I bought the RV, you know, they give you all the manuals for all the different components and stuff for your RV, but they don't always perfectly match. So at any rate, he said I'll check the label there, and also to give him a measurement of this piece here, how long it is, and then he'll see about getting the parts. The other thing I noticed is that this arm is pulling back here, so I can feel it's stressing the side of the RV there. So that's it's a little sad, but let's see if I can get the model number here. All right, yeah, so I'm looking around, and so the motor is up there, but I found this label here. All right, yeah, and so it says manufactured number, has a PNC number, a serial number, and a SKU number. So I want to check and see if there's any damage to the roof. I don't think there is, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, it really looks as though the branch hit the awning and nothing else. It hit right here, hit that bracket, and that was about it. A couple leaves up here though. All right, well, now the next thing I got to do is see about getting this thing retracted without tearing big holes in the side of my trailer. So I mean, this seems like it'll fold up, so I should be able to coil it up. We'll have to see. It doesn't seem to want to move. So it doesn't seem like, the motor doesn't seem like it wants to move. There's too much resistance. So it has to be that because of the angle it's at. So I think what I'm going to have to do is try to brace that other end up, meaning kind of put it back together. So I got this little pin, and so the pin's held on with a little like star washer, like an inside star, and the bracket's bent, so I may have to try to bend it back. But Yeah, it's not going to be easy. So I think what I need to do is I just need to remove this pneumatic strut here, because it's giving me, it's, you know, this whole thing is fighting me. So maybe if I remove this, and then maybe I can reuse these, I'm calling them star washers, but they're just some sort of a, I don't know, retention clip thing. So maybe if I pop that off, then I can reuse this up at the top up there. So this one here holds the strut, but it also holds the whole awning pivots here. So I gotta hold on to that. These spacers here are a little different, they're smaller. I was able to use the channel locks to get that thing on there. I'm gonna have to try to straighten this out. At least make it more narrow so the pin will straddle the entire distance. It didn't take too much energy, and I think I got it in there, just barely. But now I got to figure out how I can line all this up so the damn motor will work. It's not perfectly straight, but I just got to get it kind of rolled up and so I can move it. I got to move the trailer. I can make it straight here, but I don't know if, maybe I can prop the ladder under here. It's moving. All right. Little hokey. Yeah, it's really pulling on the against the side of the RV. That's sad. Hopefully I'll get some parts in here soon, but I think that'll get me down the road. I don't have to go too far. It might be hard to tell, but I mean, that's a huge gap. I could put my finger back there, and it's pulling on the bolts up top too. So yeah, taking this off might have been a better solution, but that's where we're at. All right, well, I think I found a replacement rail here. So yeah, obviously this one's bent on this side. That side, it needs a little bit of work, but I don't think it needs to be replaced. It needs some help where it's mounted because it started to pull away. So this one's, I actually found this one used, and I think it lines up pretty good. The outside definitely matches. So here it is against my RV, and everything lines up, except when you get to this spot right here, it doesn't line up, because on the used one, on the replacement one, it's about 3 inches difference. And what that is exactly, so this top arm here, that's the correct length. I mean, it's the same length. What's different is this arm here, this mount, and that lower arm, the one that adjusts, I can adjust the size on how low or high the awning is. That mount there is in a different area, 3 inches difference. So it's mounted 3 inches lower. So I'm uncertain that's going to work. So I'd love to save money and buy a used one and not buy the kit that is $900 to replace. I think the $900 kit replaces, it has more hardware than I need, but I think it replaces both of these rails, this rail and the one where the motor is mounted. So $900, I don't think that's the whole awning. But anyway, the whole point here is I don't think this is going to work. I thought about, well, mounting it anyway and having, I mean, what's the big deal of having this side kind of droop down a little bit? But I don't want it so that when I retract it, when I recoil the awning, I don't want to have issues where I have where it doesn't line up perfectly and then I have extra material here. And I mean, that sounds like a bad idea. So the alternative is $900 and, you know, buy the whole kit and caboodle. I don't have to use both sides. I just, you know, grab the parts that I need. And, you know, that's not a deal breaker. I'm thinking about that. But the other alternative that I'm thinking about is just get rid of the whole awning. I love the awning. I use it. So I don't know that I want to do that, but I don't know. Maybe there's an alternative awning. Maybe if I live without the awning, I might notice that that I don't need it as much. Maybe there's overhead with this awning. And what I mean is, I mean, you saw the leaves that it collects, and I'm always worried about it getting, you know, well, I put it away and it was wet and now I gotta, you know, dry it out now that it's sunny. So there's overhead. I'm thinking about it. It's extra weight. It's, you know, it's weight up high. So I don't know. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Okay, and then so here is my solution. And I don't know if you can tell or not from there, but there's no awning. I took it off. Well, I didn't take it off. I didn't do it personally. You know, it wasn't that big of a deal to take it off, but it's more than one person can handle on their own. And so, yeah, there's a couple of scars left behind. Most notably, this here is where the electrical ran through. So basically this is sitting, the electrical wiring leads, we cut the wires, but the electrical wiring leads are going, are inside here, basically inside my kitchen cabinet. These two holes here were rivets for the bottom, for the base of the little railing thing. And so, yeah, just a couple of holes up top and then 2 more holes here. That's what braced it on. Yeah. So, similar thing towards the rear. I got 6 holes. And right now, it's just silicone. I mean, that's basically what I got covering that. So I don't know, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do with those holes. Obviously, it's not going to be pretty. Whatever the solution, I can't really imagine something that's that's going to be great. But yeah, I took it off. I don't miss the awning yet. So so there were a couple of wires that went. So one set of wires was for the electric motor, and then another set of wires, there was an LED light strip there. So basically, the people that helped me take this stuff off, you know, I left all that stuff with them. So there's some good parts in there, but yeah, I'm not carrying it around with me, that's for sure. So maybe down the road I'll get a different awning. I don't know. Like I mentioned before, I use the awning. I like the awning, but what I don't like about the awning is thinking about it, worrying about the awning, taking care of the awning. So, you know, I didn't necessarily drive down the road and worry that it's going to start, you know, that something's going to fall on the switch and make the awning come out as I'm going down the freeway. Not worrying in that sense, but just how well it's attached to the side of the RV, and you know, I don't know if I'm dragging branches down the side of the RV, are they going to get hung up on the awning, which has happened. I mean, not large branches, so you know, and then caring for it, you know, rolling it up with a bunch of wet leaves in there all the time. I don't know. So we'll see how that works. And then the other thing that I'm kind of inspired now, I mentioned it before in one of my other videos, that I have a convection microwave oven here in my kitchen cabinets. And so the main brain, I got a power inverter underneath the kitchen and cabinets up here. The batteries are up there. I have a hole already. I have a hole right here for the solar on the side. Basically, it's just a hole in the side of the RV with this adapter and wires that run to the battery. So I got this hole here. I got another hole right here, and I got a convection microwave. I'm going to reimagine this. I'm inspired to do something maybe sooner than later. I don't know. I'm always biting off more than I can chew, but this seemed like a way to get the awning issue behind me. Just remove it. Could have bought the parts for $1,000, and then yeah, the holes here. This is where the most damage occurred. And I don't know if you guys can see it. If I get too close, it's not going to focus. So it didn't hurt it too bad, but I guess it didn't delaminate it. I don't know. But I was concerned that if I got the replacement parts, then how well is it going to hold? And then I would be worried about it driving down the street if it's going to fly off in the wind or something. So I'm more streamlined now. All right, well, there it is. That's my drama episode for the month, hopefully, hopefully for the year. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.